So in today's video, I will be showing you how I get my curls to look like this. Nice and frizz-free, shiny, bouncy, only with the use of a few products. So let's go on ahead and get started. So first things first, I washed my hair with my sulfate-free Camille Rose shampoo. I really like this because typically sulfate-free shampoos dry my hair out, but for some reason this one doesn't. I use the Devacurl One Condition Decadence line. Now this line typically gives a lot more moisture to the hair, which is what I really like about this conditioner specifically. That's kind of what separates it from the regular One Condition. So I also used this as a leave-in. What I'll do is I'll sop my hair in it, and sometimes I'll leave a little bit in and not rinse it out completely while I deep condition. But this was my conditioner and leave-in for today. And I deep conditioned my hair with the Tgin Honey Miracle Mask. I love this mask. The typical deep conditioner I wanted was sold out everywhere, so I decided to give this a try. I got really good results, so I'll definitely be repurchasing this in the future when I when I can't find my other favorite deep conditioner. So I'm starting off with freshly washed hair, and I'm just applying a little bit of the Devacurl Decadence One Condition as my leave-in. Be sure that you rake this all throughout your hair, including the back. I hate when people don't put products in the back of their hair as well. For me, I know the back of my head is like the tightest, and it tends to be a lot drier, so I always want to make sure that I get that moisturized. I'm going in with my Camille Rose Almond I think that's how you pronounce it, twisting butter. And I like to section off my hair when I start applying my butters because it helps me to, I don't know, kind of stay organized. And I just want to apply that all throughout my hair. And I'm pretty generous with my product. I know my hair, for the most part, looks pretty thin when it's wet, but when it dries, it's actually pretty thick in density, so I do add a lot of product. Definitely don't do this if you have hair that gets weighed down easily. Mine does not. And I'm going in with my Eco Styler gel, and I'm just going to finger coil my hair. I like to do this because it gives me a more uniform look, and it helps my hair kind of get more definition. For the most part, my hair, although it's curly, it doesn't, I don't know, my hair is more like a wavy curly and like throughout the top of my head, and I don't like how that looks. I prefer a more springy curl, so I finger coil it to give it more definition, more volume as well. I think bouncier curls make your hair look fuller, so I'm just going to finger coil my hair, and I apply a pretty heavy amount of gel. I really don't mind the crunchiness because, I mean, it can always be kind of scrunched out, but if you don't like crunchiness, definitely don't apply a lot. And I let my hair dry for about an hour. I like to let it dry for an hour. Oh, I see white stuff, but we'll get rid of that. Anyways, I like to let it dry for about an hour before I diffuse because, and see, this is one good trick that I learned. Typically, if you start diffusing your hair when it's super sopping wet, you get more frizz and your hair tends to dry out more. So what I like to do is let my products absorb into my hair for a good hour, kind of let the finger coiled curls set in, and then I diffuse. And when you diffuse, you always want to make sure that it's on low heat, low speed. If you are in a rush to let your hair dry, I promise you it will not look good diffusing it on high heat, high speed. I always recommend low and slow is the way to go. That way you get the best curls possible. And as you can see, I'm doing the back of my head because for some reason the back of my head takes the longest to dry. Probably because it is the curliest. So I just kind of go around my head. Typically like to spend about a minute or two per section. And I just like to feel my hair to see if it's sopping wet, because a lot of times even if it's slightly damp, I'll just let it air dry for the remainder of the time. But as you can see, I will be diffusing for a while. It typically takes me about, I'm tempted to say 30 minutes to diffuse. Yeah, about 30 minutes. Sometimes a little bit longer if I want to make sure that my scalp is super, super dry if it's really cold outside. But because it's summertime, I really don't mind my hair being slightly damp. So yeah, doesn't really bother me. And as you can see, my curls are starting to dry. They're looking a lot fuller. They're looking a lot less stringy in comparison to when my hair was wet earlier. And one quick tip that I like to use is once my hair is fully dry, I seal it in with a little bit of oil. I typically use coconut oil, not a lot. You don't want your hair to get weighed down if you have hair that's easily weighed down. And these are my final results. I didn't get any frizz with this. I definitely loved the moisture that the new deep conditioner gave me. And yeah, just kept it pretty simple. This is my summer curly hair routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.